Good morning to my dear fellow students. I wish I was there with you guys in Nigeria, but fortunately I can't be there. But we thank God for technology. So I'm not there, but here I am through a video clip passing my message on to you. Now today I would like to ask you first a question. Have you ever asked yourself, why do you exist on earth? Have you ever asked yourself why you were born a Nigerian and not a Russian or American? Have you asked yourself that, why did I come from my parents? Because none of us chose our parents, but we just knew we came in existence on this earth through a woman and a man. Have you ever asked yourself who you really are and what is your true identity in life? Now these are some questions that are on the mind of people. And when you don't have an answer to these questions, it makes your life go in circles because you don't know where you're going. You don't know who you are or who you've been created to be. Now, one thing I would first like you to know, that you exist on earth for a purpose and a reason. You were created for a specific purpose. And when you are being formed and shaped in your mother womb, you are already being formed and shaped to what you are created to be. So who you are and what you will be in life is in you, not outside of you. Many a times we run after wealth outside of us. We run after things that we have no business in getting involved in. Why? Because we don't know how to tap into the wealth that is locked inside of us. All of us were created for a purpose. And every human being has a designed destiny for his or her life. What is yours? And who are you? That is one question that needs to be in the mind of every human being on earth. Whoever you are, whatever religion you are, whatever religion background, whatever your country you come from, whatever your citizenship is, there's a reason why you are created. You have a purpose on earth. And earth itself, we exist to be on a designed journey. We are on a divine journey on earth, which is called destiny. Every human being God created has a destiny on earth. There's a reason why you exist. You see, when you have been formed and shaped in your mother's womb, the Creator already knew what He wanted you to be. And therefore, who you are is in you. The question is, how do I know who I am? How do I know my purpose on earth? Or how do I know my destiny? Have you ever had dreams and visions and wondered, why am I dreaming? Have you ever had visions of greatness? Because all of us have a spiritual insight. There's the physical side that we see ourselves. But there's also a spiritual insight that your Creator gives you eyes to see your future. The Creator gives you eyes to see who you are. But you need to tap into the power and the wealth that lies inside of you. Your dreams and your visions will always lead you on the path of your destiny and always guide you into that purpose why you are created. No human being needs to be lazy. And there's no human being created that does not have a purpose of existence. But you have to know and tap inside what is in you. How do you know? You know by your dreams, by what you feel. You know by the things that you see in your spiritual eyesight. For example, if you're a person that keeps on dreaming, you see yourself having farms. Because I remember the one student mentioned that he keeps on seeing himself having lands in different states. Having lands for what? And then you see yourself farming. Therefore, your Creator will be revealing to you and showing you He has called you into this area. And one thing that we always must know, your wealth lies in you, not outside of you. You see, when you are able to sacrifice and gain knowledge on what's in you, in the areas of your dreams and your visions, you become great in life. But if you chase after shadows or chase after things that are outside of you, or you go after a cause because, oh, they make money in this cause, oh, because my friend is doing this cause, oh, because my parents have asked me to do this, at the end of the day, you become a mediocre in life, or you become a failure and never succeed. But if you chase those things that is inside of you, that is what will make you to become a great person in life. Because your Creator has already designed you. Your Creator has already purposed you. Your Creator knows who He wants you to be. But you need to tap into the knowledge of your Creator to know what He has created you to be. You have to tap into the knowledge of your Creator to know, why do I exist? Now, if you're in that category that you really don't even know what you're doing, you don't really know why you're existing, and whatever course you're doing right now, you're doing it because either your friends are doing it, you are told to do it, or, well, maybe that's the course that they gave you, and you are not satisfied. It's high time that you tap into your dreams and visions and ask your Creator for directions of your life. Because you can only be fulfilled in life in what's in you. Every human being created, we all have gifts. We have talents. And that is what will produce wealth for you in life. Find out from your Creator what He was thinking about you before He formed and shaped you in your mother's womb. And strive hard to become that thing. Because that's the only way you can be successful in life. Anything out of that is hard work. And at the end of the day, you might become mediocre in life. No one was created to be mediocre in life. Your Creator wants the best. Because He has created you to be the best. And He has created you to be unique. That's another thing that we have problems about. Sometimes we have inferiority complex because we are not like somebody else. No. When your Creator was creating you, He created you in a unique way. He didn't create you to be like somebody else, and that is why we have twins, but they're still different. They came out of the same egg, but they're still different. Why? Because the Creator created them uniquely. That each person in life is unique on your own. You are a unique person. What is the uniqueness about you? If we all can understand that we are all unique, then the spirit of jealousy and envy will never exist. So therefore, cherish who you are and the way you do things. You might not do things like other people do things because the Creator created you in a unique way. And He wants you to be unique and appreciate the way He created you. There is no one that exists on earth that does not have something in them. But you need to find out from your Creator and ask, why did He create you? And ask, why am I Nigerian? Why was I born in Nigeria? Some of us, we want to travel out. We've been trying so hard, but each time we go to the embassy, they bounce out our visa. We are denied. Why? And therefore, some of your mates are able to escape and leave the country. Why? Why me? Why am I still here? Because your Creator has you for a purpose. He has you for a certain reason. We look at our nation, Nigeria, today. We wonder what is happening to our nation. You are part of those who will build the nation. Because if we can tap into the nation, the wealth of our nation, Nigeria will not even be like it is today. Why we are having problems in our nation? Because we are not tapping into the wealth of our nation. Because our leaders don't even know Nigeria as God created it. But if we can understand why Nigeria exists as a nation in Africa, in West Africa, and people outside of Nigeria, and people of the world always tag Nigeria as the greatest nation in Africa. But we are here in Nigeria suffering. Have you ever asked yourself why? It's the same reason that I've been talking about. That most of us, we are looking for wealth outside of us instead of tapping into the wealth that's inside of you. Today, Nigeria is a very wealthy country. We have so many vast natural resources. But what do? We leave the natural sources. We don't touch them. Foreigners coming, tap into our wealth and take it to their nations. And what do? We run after the wealth of other nations and we bring it into our country. So that is the reason why we're suffering. But if we can have a wake-up call, even as a nation, to know that Nigeria as a nation is wealthy, and we tap into the natural resources in our nation, and we begin to invest in the youth of our nation to build a nation, because you, the youth of this nation, will build Nigeria. We need nation builders. And how do we know what kind of nation builders do we need? By looking and tapping. What kind of wealth is this nation blessed with? We have steel. So why are we not building our own cars and aeroplanes when we are naturally blessed with steel? We have golds. We have precious stones. That foreigners come and dig our precious stones, take it to their country. They design it, carve it out into something very beautiful, and put a tag of $1,000 on it. And these come from our own nations. We sieve gold from the sand and sell it to foreign countries. We sell our raw materials. And then they tag great price on it. We wonder why we're suffering. Back in those days, cocoa was one of the greatest products for Nigeria. But what do we do about cocoa today? We keep on exporting. That is even if we hardly export cocoa anymore. And then the foreigners, for these other foreign countries, what do? They now import the finished product to us. Why can't we begin to build our youth in these areas? Why can't we make our own creams, our own chocolates, our own final products of cocoa? Because we grow these things in our nation. Why don't we have more farmers? Why don't we invest more in the agricultural sector? The only thing that the nation has been looking at is our oil. And unfortunately, the wealthy ones and people in leadership has looted our oil. And that oil will soon dry up. So what do we do next as a nation? What will be our next move? It's time that we wake up as a nation. It is time that you youth of Nigeria take back your nation, because Nigeria is one of the greatest nations on earth. No doubt about it. But it's time that we begin to tap into our natural resources. We begin to create even courses around these natural resources that we have never even tapped into. If we have steel in Nigeria, so why do we not have technology to build our own aeroplanes, to build our own trains, to build our own cars, if we have the raw material existing in our own nations? In our own nation. It's high time that we wake up. It's high time that we know that we are a people of wealth. And you youth of today will build the future of our nation. So you need to be serious about who you are. And whatever lies within you, whatever gift or talent is in you, it will relate to a natural resource in Nigeria. So therefore begin to wake up. And don't run after things that are necessary. Back in my days in school, there were only 4 courses that existed that our parents told us, or that they always exposed to us. It is either you become a doctor, a lawyer, a pharmacist, or engineer. After these four courses, no other course exists. That's the only thing they taught us. Nobody taught us about metal technology. Nobody talked about design, jewelry designer. Nobody encouraged us in all these things. Nobody told us that we can even write a book. Nobody looked as publishing books or publishing knowledge was one of the greatest ways to pass information. But today is a wake-up call for the youth of Nigeria. Take back your nation by waking up what is in you. You see, when you begin to do dubious things, now I don't want to put it that way, because I have not come here to condemn nobody, but to encourage everyone. Now this is what I always think of especially young people, either in Yahoo or in 419 or in dubious things. I used to think that if you can sit down and think to loot someone's account or loot someone's business or break into other systems illegally, I look at such people with great wisdom if they have guidance. I have a passion that next time I come to Nigeria, these are the people I want to deal with, because I know such people are filled with wisdom. Because you've got to have some wisdom, you've got to have some creative ideas, some smartness in you to be able to do such things. But if you have people who can put you on the right track and tell you, you don't have to do all this wisdom that you have. Use it for the gifts and talents that are inside of you. And then you will be happy. Everybody will be happy, and you become a nation builder. Today, I implore you, as an individual, take back Nigeria by finding who you are, by knowing your purpose and destiny in life, by knowing what is inside of you. What are your gifts? What are your talents? And go after your dreams and visions. You see, one thing about dreams is that your dreams will always lead you on the path of who you are. When visions come to you, that you have an insight to see in the spirit realm, it is always talking to you about who you are. Therefore, I always tell people, get a notebook. When you have a dream or a vision, always write it down, because that's your future. Always write it down and seek your Creator and ask, what is all this about? Give me insight. Give me revelation of what you are showing me in my dreams, of what you are showing me in my visions. And you will see, you will have an insight of what has been placed in you. Most of the time, we have an excuse. Even if we have visions or we have dreams, we have an excuse. I don't have money. You don't need money. You need a vision. You don't need money. Because if you have money without a vision that has been written out, that has been understood, you will waste resources. So your first step in life is to get a vision. It's to know that vision of who you want to be in life. Who your Creator has designed you to be. Get a vision of your purpose. Get a vision of your destiny. Write it out. Make it plain. Everything you need. Everything that will make your vision come alive. And begin to ask your Creator about it. So don't think about money. Money is the last thing. What you need is a vision. Never joke with your visions. Never joke with your dreams. Because most of us miss destiny. When we just sleep over our dreams, do not think about it. We sleep and forget. But when you have an expectation that's of a dream or a vision, when you wake up, you won't forget. But immediately you wake up, write it down. Because this is your future. And this is who you've been called to be in life. And therefore, this is my short message that I have for you today. And a wake-up call that no matter how Nigeria seems to be today,